Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Com and welcome back to Project 2100. Finally, the 20th episode is here. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, I had some problems starting this world after the update to Mass Transit, obviously because of the mods, because of all the mods that I use. Particularly it was how is it called? Metro Overhaul mod, which I use in the city. So I had to wait, and then it finally got updated a couple of days ago. Or, no, not a couple of days ago, more like a week ago. Yeah, and then I wanted to build here, and I actually built what I want to build here today. I already did it, but yeah, I accidentally deleted the recording, so this was a bit unfortunate, yeah. And but what I did was I basically finished up the governmental district, and we will do a cinematic of this after the episode. So don't worry, you will still see it. And yeah, I filled in some space, and I basically did what I'm doing here, but I got some new ideas since then. What we're doing now is the university, or at least the main part of the university, as you may have guessed from the title. This thing that I'm doing here may seem a bit weird, and I would agree so, but it has a reason behind it, and the reason is that I wanted to create something out of props for once. I always see pictures on Reddit from other people doing big creations just out of props, which is a very interesting, interesting direction for this game to go. So we need new props and better tools for creating our own custom assets within the save game. And yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm building a pier around the giant circle. The circle is if you have lived behind the moon, you won't recognize the circular structure. It is the new Apple headquarters, which looks very nice, very futuristic, and I thought this would make a good building for or within a university as like a particle accelerator. I don't know if they will be used in 100 years, but I certainly think there will be enough to discover in the field of quantum physics and or just on this size physics. I don't know the term for this. I'm not too sure, but there will be enough to discover to have a particle accelerator in 80 years, or more like 83 years, because it's 2017 and this is Project 2100, so you can figure out when this project is gonna be. And here I'm trying to build a stair, which goes reasonably well with those retaining walls. Maybe I could have used curbs for that, but yeah, curbs would have been maybe a bit nicer in the texture. In the texture, because this one is very repeating, as you can see from above. Of course, it was not designed to do something like this, like I'm doing here, but yeah. So I'm trying to build something here, and I think it will turn out pretty good. I can foresee the future, and I know I can read from the hand of this video, and I can foresee that the project or the thing here will come out good. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, coming back to this thing here, what I wanted to say is that I want to make more of those builds. I just don't know what currently, because the pieces that you have or that you can use reasonably to make things like this, they are quite limited currently on the workshop. There are of course those walls and the floors, I didn't see any roofs or something. I saw a package for a construction site on the workshop, which is nice, which I will probably use in the future of this series. But for now, not so much. And while I was building this thing here, I thought to myself, why do I do this now? Because normally what I do is that I make the decoration and stuff at the end of the episode. And this was more like a test if it was possible, of course. I made it difficult for myself by including water and different altitudes. And for that I downloaded a new mod from the workshop, which is the Building Anarchy. I hope I can use it more often in the future. Here you can see me trying to figure out how to use the Building Anarchy mod. And the Building Anarchy mod, I tested it out, I reloaded the game. It was quite good. It kept the changes mostly. And what I mean by mostly is that there were some weird glitches in the water or terrain glitches. Not really glitches in that sense. It was all reasonable terrain in the sense of it was within the rules of the game. It was reasonable. It didn't look reasonable, but it was reasonable by, yeah, you know what I mean. It didn't glitch out like a proper glitch would. But the problem is that there are some few spots in the terrain that or let's say it, they're the main structure of the main basement foundation under a building of the terrain is sorted out by the Building Anarchy mod, but there is at the edges there is something. Sometimes it's a problem, and so when I relogged the game once, I had some problems because the edges formed again to the proper height, and as you can see, there are props on or crossing these edges. So I had to lower the props again. So that's a bit unfortunate, but yeah. Now going forth here, you can see me plopping down the monorail. Yeah, monorail. Fun fact, actually monorails are not that economical because trams are cheaper and metros can serve more people and are quieter. So yeah, monorails are not really useful, at least in this day and age. Maybe in 80 years it will be different, but I built the monorail because this is the university, and universities often have these things that are not really economical, but they are built to gather information or data or something. So I look at this monorail as like a project by the university itself, not really by the how's it called, the public transport authorities, but more like the university itself. And I think it turned out pretty well. This by the way, this monorail will connect the university to the spaceport, which will hopefully happen in the future. I'm really going to build a spaceport. I'm currently looking into possibilities concerning spacecrafts. There are a few on the workshop. Some of them could look quite good, but I had some ideas on how spacecrafts could look. They look nowhere as realistic as they probably should be, with the goal of this project here to be realistic, or at least they are not realistic in our current sense of realism in concerning spacecrafts, you know, science fiction and such. But yeah, I still hope I can somehow model it myself, which will probably be impossible because of the difficulty, or because of, you know, there are not really too many rectangular or 90-degree angles or something, which would be quite simple to make in Blender or something. But there are many I won't say organic shapes, but yeah, you know what I mean with all those rounded shapes. I don't know how to do them. That's the problem. So maybe I could search for available models. Maybe buy one myself. I'm not too sure about this one. It would obviously be it should obviously be quite cheap, because I don't have too much money to buy a model for $300. That's of course, and then I still have to make LOD or something. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do, but I would really like to have something in the game that is from myself or inspired by an idea from myself. Yeah, which I could use in the game. Maybe I could contact an asset creator and make something, make some collaboration. I don't know. But that's still in the future. I don't plan to make the spaceport tomorrow, so that's okay. But anyway, the monorail will connect to the spaceport and maybe also to a main station. If you don't know already, my master plan in public transport is to have 3 main stations within the city, so that there is not really one station that is cramped and that has all the passengers. So they don't really have a bottleneck. Maybe I have 3 bottlenecks, but the bottle would be quite big to have 3 bottlenecks. Anyway. So I want to build 3 main stations, and 2 of them are already built, and the third one will come soon in a couple of episodes, and maybe I will connect those 2 up. I don't know. This is still in the future, and now what I wanted to talk about is actually I wanted to talk about it a bit later, but. Since we last checked out Project 2100 more than 2 weeks ago, or even 3 weeks ago, there is something new popping up on the workshop. It is the beautiful nature assets by Pete Elmo, and I'm using here his generic tree assets, and they look seriously awesome. They look so good. You just have to experience it yourself. Yeah, with me you can have it in more than full HD on YouTube. I will do it in the cinematics. I will actually do something else also with those trees in just a minute. But what you have seen there is me using the traffic manager to get rid of cars on those pedestrian roads, of course. Or I don't know if that's still a thing, but by the time I looked at it last time, the Traffic Manager President Edition and Traffic Plus, which takes care of the pedestrian roads, are not compatible with each other. And this is a real shame, because both mods are good. Traffic Plus handles all the pedestrian roads automatically, because Traffic Plus is made by the same guys who do the network extension mod, which obviously provides me with those roads, you know. And I had to make a decision concerning whether to use Traffic Plus or to switch over to Traffic Manager, and I switched to Traffic Manager because what I've seen alone in Storm Islands, which is very nice. I'm in love with this mod, to be honest. I really love it. It is perfect. Yeah, and now I had to do something about this particle accelerator, and I had a very nice idea for this ring. First of all, the entrance point is strangely in the middle of this thing, so I had to put something there. And then I had to connect it up, and I had the idea, while I was doing this, to make some shapes with light. And here you see me trying out some mundane shapes, so to speak. We won't stick with these ones, but I still wanted to know how you would do this. And the lights I'm using are some custom workshop lights. You can see the symbol down in the toolbar. I don't know how they are called, but they are very, very tiny. The object itself is very, very tiny, and it doesn't really give off too much light to its surrounding, which is exactly what I wanted, because I wanted to have a black background and just have those lights going to the skies. Yeah. And what I ended up with is doing my logo, the Doc2Com logo, because my new logo that you have seen at the start of this episode is the DC inside a circle, and this is a circle, perfect place to be, and also just to you can't or let's say. Sometimes you just want your name on it, and this is my signature for this city. So that if you look at it at night, you will see it. And then this was roughly the point where I discovered that those lights are not visible. There is no way you could see them by looking from this altitude. You have to go in first person mode to see them, actually. Or to have some very specific light constellations in the evenings, where actually the sunshine will illuminate one side of that small little thing. Yeah. So what I did there is I made a park that is. If you look at it during the day, you would never consider something like this DC logo. Here, so I had to look out where the lamps actually were. I didn't see them, of course, and so this is very important for the tree placement, so that none of the lights is obstructed. And yeah, so this is also a testimony to Pete Elmo's assets. I did a nature park here, a very natural park without any other path, because this is a very nice contrast between the very futuristic ring or circular building around it, the UFO, how is it called, IRL, and also the rough nature, not really cut down, or not really. Well, it is maintained, of course, but it is maintained to look rough or to look natural, and so there are not really paths, so you have to walk on the grass, but it's allowed and it is encouraged to walk through this natural light forest here. I think it looks absolutely stunning. And yeah, I would say this is very simple. It is just one color, green, with some different shades on it, and also the shadows which tie everything together, and the grass underneath, which ties it together. I think this looks very, very realistic. I think this is the most realistic thing that I made ever, to be honest. But that's enough from episode number 20. Thank you very much for watching, and now that we transition into the cinematics at the end here, please subscribe if you want to, and thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.